Hey friends, happy Tuesday morning. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Just wanted to share something that was on my heart this morning, something that I hope not only blesses you, but I hope it inspires you to set your face like flint and to fulfill the mission that God has given you. Now, what I mean by that this morning, I was still in Matthew 27 and verses 27 through 31. You know, these are some of the hardest verses for me as a believer to read because it fills my heart with such sadness, but it talks about the humiliation that they were placing on Jesus, that Jesus was in front of the guards and they spat on him, they mocked him, they put a crown of thorns on his head, they put a reed in his hand, they put a scarlet robe on him, and they took all this off and then they spat on him. Very, very hard to think about, you know, as a believer. But this is the deal. You know, Jesus was before the crowd earlier, the way I talked about yesterday, and they yelled, "Crucify him." And here we have once again. Now they're mocking him. Surely was there not one believer in the crowd? But this is the deal. Nobody stood up, not one. The disciples had scattered, and if there was any believer, they were absolutely silent. But this is the deal. This is why Jesus tells us. This is a picture of what it means. When Jesus said that we must take up our cross, we must deny ourselves and follow him. This is exactly what it means. It means that we have to follow him into the crowds, and we have to be willing to speak up no matter what that means. You know, we live in a world that's growing increasingly hostile to the gospel. We live in a world where churches are polluted, where pastors are preaching false doctrine. We live in a world where it's now okay to kill a baby in the last trimester. What are we doing? Why are we not speaking up? And this is why, you know, we follow the example of Jesus in Isaiah 50 verse 7. Jesus said that he set his face like flint and he knew he would not be ashamed. And in Luke 9:51, it says that Jesus, knowing that his time of ascension was near, that he resolutely set his face toward Jerusalem. Now, this is the deal for all of us who take up our cross and follow him. This is not going to be an easy route because Jesus calls us to wholehearted commitment, not half-hearted commitment. But this is the deal. Like Paul said, nearing the end of his life, Paul said, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. And now there waits for me a glorious, the crown of righteousness that the righteous judge will give me and to all those who long for his glorious appearing." I was thinking about something this morning, something has stuck with me, I'm telling you, for 12 years. In 2014, I set out to do my first 100-miler, and at about mile 50, it got a bit uncomfortable. So what did I do? I dropped out and I went to the comfort of my hotel. But this is the deal. That morning, and I will never forget this, the hotel was about a half mile away from the finish line, and I heard the cheers of those who had stuck it out through the night, who had gone through the pain, and they got that buckle, they got that reward for what they had done. So this is the deal. Paul clearly said, for those who stand firm until the end and continue the race, they will get the crown of righteousness. Let us never trade the crown of comfort for the crown of righteousness. The pain that we go through in this life is so finite compared to what we will inherit in heaven. So guys, I really hope that blesses you. I'm going to finish up my run and get off to the best job ever. It's going to be a great day.